Hello friends and family, today topic is from England, the year 1455, and I was made king at the age of 16. Let's begin. In the quiet cobblestone streets of a small English town, a young boy named William sat hunched over a makeshift workbench, his nimble fingers moving with surprising skill. The light from the nearby candle cast a warm glow on his concentrated face, revealing a smattering of freckles across his nose. His eyes, a deep shade of blue, were focused intently on the object before him, a tiny metal figurine of a knight. The boy's mother called from inside their modest cottage, "William, don't forget to close the shutters before you go to sleep." William nodded, not taking his eyes off his work. His mind was racing with the tales of valor and honor that the traveling minstrels often sang about. Little did he know that his life was about to take a dramatic turn, one that would see him stepping out of the shadows of obscurity and into the grand theater of history. At the age of just 16, he would be crowned King of England amidst the tumult of the Wars of the Roses, a time of great upheaval and intrigue. The town was abuzz with whispers of battles and kings, as the Yorks and Lancastrians vied for the throne. Yet William's world remained confined to the four walls of his family's cottage and the blacksmith's forge, where he apprenticed. His days were spent hammering iron into horseshoes and the occasional sword, dreaming of the battles he heard about but never saw. The distant clash of steel and the roar of armies were the furthest things from his reality, or so he thought. One fateful evening, a cloaked figure approached William's cottage. The figure, a knight with the emblem of a rose emblazoned on his chest, whispered urgently to his mother at the door. William peered through the crack in the shutter, curiosity piqued by the tension in their hushed tones. His mother's eyes grew wide with fear, and she beckoned him over. "You must leave," she told him, pressing a small parchment into his hand. "This is your true birthright, and the danger is too great for you to stay." The parchment revealed that William was the lost son of a noble Lancastrian family, born in secret to protect him from the bloodthirsty ambitions of the Yorkist faction. The revelation shook him to his core, the weight of his heritage suddenly heavy on his shoulders. With a mix of excitement and trepidation, he set out on a journey to claim his rightful place, the metal knight in his pocket, a silent companion. The journey was fraught with danger, as William traversed the English countryside, avoiding the patrols of the Yorkist forces. He encountered a motley crew of allies along the way, a rogue knight who recognized the symbol on the parchment, a wise old sage who taught him the art of strategy, and a skilled archer whose unrivaled aim had earned her a legendary status among the rebels. They became his makeshift family, each with their own reasons to fight for the Lancastrian cause. The band grew in number as they traveled, gathering those loyal to William's lineage who had been cast aside by the Yorkist reign. They moved under the cover of night, their spirits buoyed by whispers of a boy king who would bring peace and justice to the land. William felt a burgeoning sense of purpose with each step he took towards his destiny, his heart swelling with hope and responsibility. As they approached the castle, where he was to be crowned, the air grew thick with anticipation. The drawbridge was lowered, and a sea of faces, some hopeful and others skeptical, looked upon the unlikely king. William stepped into the grand hall, the metal knight from his pocket now gleaming on a chain around his neck. The weight of the crown was not lost on him as it was placed atop his head. It was the weight of a nation's future, and he bore it with a solemn grace that belied his years. The battles that followed were fierce, as the Yorkists did not easily relinquish their grip on power. William, though young, proved to be a leader of uncommon courage and wisdom. He listened to the counsel of his newfound friends and advisors, leading his troops with a strategic mind that seemed almost otherworldly. His mother's words echoed in his mind. "You are born to this, my son. Remember your heritage and do what is right." In the heat of combat, William wielded his blacksmith skills, forging weapons and armor for his men that were said to be superior to any others on the battlefield. The rogue knight, Sir Charles, taught him the art of chivalry and the importance of mercy, even amidst the chaos of war. The old sage, Master Richard, instructed him in the subtleties of diplomacy and statecraft, while the archer, Lady Alara, became his most trusted protector, her arrows a symbol of hope in the darkest moments. The war raged on, and with each victory, the whispers grew into shouts of "King William! King William!" The people began to rally behind their new leader, their spirits lifting like the banners that fluttered in the wind. Yet, for every victory, there was a loss, and William felt the sting of each one deeply. He watched men die for a cause they believed in, a cause that was now his own. The taste of power was bittersweet, and he knew that with every decision he made, lives hung in the balance. In his quieter moments, William reflected on the simplicity of his former life. He missed the warmth of the forge and the comfort of his mother's embrace. But the parchment, now a tattered reminder of his birthright, was a constant reminder of the path he had chosen. His heart was torn between the life he knew and the duty he had been thrust into. Yet he found solace in the camaraderie of his companions, who had become his confidants and advisors. Sir Charles, the rogue knight, had become a father figure, guiding William with tales of his own battles and the lessons learned from a lifetime of service. His words of valor and sacrifice resonated with the young king, who was determined to live up to the legacy of his ancestors. Lady Alara, the archer, taught him the importance of precision and patience, traits that served him well, both on and off the battlefield. Her unwavering loyalty and sharp wit had earned her a special place in William's heart. Master Richard the Sage was the voice of reason amidst the cacophony of war. His counsel was invaluable, steering William through the treacherous waters of political alliances and treacheries. It was under his tutelage that William began to understand the intricate web of obligations and loyalties that bound the nobility together. The old man's eyes held a depth of wisdom that seemed to span centuries, and his calm demeanor offered a stark contrast to the tumultuous times they lived in. Together, they faced each challenge with unyielding determination. The battles grew more intense, the stakes higher, but William's resolve never wavered. His reputation as a fair and just ruler spread through the lands, and more people flocked to his banner. Yet, he knew that true peace would not come from the end of a sword, but from the unity of a fractured nation. Thank you for your time. God bless.